Elon Musk built an AI encyclopedia to be less biased than Wikipedia. But when researchers asked Musk's own AI to judge it, that same AI rated his encyclopedia as the more biased of the two, with about 4 in 10 of its articles coming out slanted.
Okay, there's got to be fine print. You used an AI to grade an AI. Feed the test a biased referee, and of course, you get a biased score. How is that proof of anything?
That's exactly the trap, and dodging it is what makes this study clever. My bet going in was that the AI encyclopedia really would be more biased because every single article came from one machine's single worldview.
And I'd have bet the opposite. A machine has no ego, no side to take. Shouldn't it be more even-handed than a crowd of opinionated volunteers?
So picture a courtroom. On trial is one question. Which encyclopedia bends the facts more? And instead of one judge, there are 4 AI judges on the bench, each one known to lean a different way politically.
4 judges, and one of them wrote the thing on trial?
One of them wrote the thing on trial. Hold on to that, juror. Their vote is the whole ending.
And why should I care which website is fairer?
Because when you ask a chatbot a question these days, it might quietly pull its answer from an AI encyclopedia. And that encyclopedia's politics come along too, invisible to you.
See, my gut says an AI has no politics. It's a machine. It repeats facts.
That's the comforting idea, and it's wrong. Every one of these models learned from a slightly different pile of human writing, and each one comes out with its own lean. Think of 2 people raised on different newspapers reacting differently to the same story.
Right. No such thing as a neutral upbringing.
So how do you measure something as slippery as bias without smuggling in your own? The first move? Don't trust one judge. They picked 4 AIs with different known leanings, figuring that if judges who disagree about everything still point the same way, the bias is probably in the content, not in the courtroom.
Makes sense. But do 4 AIs really disagree that much?
Wildly. One of the 4 called nearly 9 in 10 articles perfectly neutral. Another called only a quarter of them neutral. Same articles, completely different temperaments.
So one grade's easy, one grade's hard.
Which is why you ignore the absolute scores and just watch whether they agree on the ranking. Now, the second move. They didn't let the AIs decide who counts as, say, a free market politician. Those labels came from human political scientists scored on their own. Then, they pulled nearly 1,400 matched pairs of articles, the same politician on both sites, and handed every one to all 4 judges.
So what did the 4 say?
Every single one rated the AI encyclopedia less neutral than Wikipedia. And the slant had a clear shape. It flattered free market, lower tax politicians, and it went harder on politicians who backed gay rights or women in the workforce.
And Wikipedia?
Wikipedia leaned the other way, warmer toward those socially liberal figures. So neither site is clean. Both flatter. They just flatter different teams.
Okay, but take me back to that juror you told me to remember.
One of the 4 judges was Grok, the exact AI that wrote the encyclopedia on trial. If it were going to protect anyone, it would protect its own work.
So it went easy on itself.
Even Grok agreed. The model that wrote Grokipedia rated its own encyclopedia as more biased than Wikipedia. Gentler about it than the other 3 judges, but pointing in exactly the same direction.
Wait, the author voted against its own book?
The author voted against its own book.
Huh. Okay, that kills my fine print theory. If the referee were just rigged against this encyclopedia, the one referee that actually built it would have defended it. It didn't.
That's the piece that settles it. You thought the whole test was a rigged referee, and you were half correct. A single AI judge really could be biased, which is why they used 4. The slant held even through the friendliest possible judge. So we both land in the same place. The tilt is baked into the content because the content's own author agreed.
Before you retell this at dinner, keep one thing straight. Every referee here was an AI, and nobody checked their scores against actual people. So treat it as a strong, steady signal about how these sites read, not the final word on what's true.
Which leaves one thing for you to decide.
If you found out a chatbot's answer had been quietly pulled from an AI-written encyclopedia, Would you trust it more than one written by a crowd of human volunteers? Or less?
We pull apart a new paper like this every day, so subscribe if you want tomorrow's.
And the test that would settle this for good? Put the same stack of articles in front of real people and see if they call it the same way the machines did. Until someone runs that, this is the sharpest picture we've got.